Palestinians, half of them children, and for more than 650 days now, wake up without knowing if they will make it through the day, and go to sleep without knowing if they will wake up in the morning. Day after day after day. They spent every hour, all 15,600 hours of them, with death besieging them. For an entire generation of Palestinians, death is now much more familiar than life. 2 million people have to snatch everything out of the claws of death: food, water, shelter, time. They are being killed in the places where they are supposed to find life, killed in tents, killed while seeking food or water, killed in hospitals. Every single day has its share of tragedies. We speak of these today. 15 civilians killed, including 9 children, while waiting to receive treatment for malnutrition. 11 killed, including seven children, while queuing for water. Because of occupation-made water scarcity and occupation-made food scarcity. And every day, 40, 50, 60 Palestinians killed while seeking food. We fear the world is growing accustomed to the unbearable, to the unacceptable. Imagine what it is to be a parent in Gaza. You know that any disease and any wound can be fatal for your child. You know that the family you leave to get food or water or help could be gone by the time you return. Do you take them to the hospital with the fear that they might be killed there, or keep them with you while they might die within your arms? Do you go get food and risk getting shot, or send a family member and risk losing them, or stay and risk seeing your children starve to death? Do you go get water, send a member of your family go get water at the peril of your life or their lives, or risk seeing your family die of thirst? Do you evacuate one more time, forcibly displaced again and again, and get killed on the way, or stay put and get killed where you are? Every decision they are making while we speak is a life and death decision. Every single day, every single hour, every single minute. But it is a Russian roulette with a bullet in almost every chamber. Whatever decision you make, most probably somebody is going to die. Every single family in Gaza is moving between one death and another as the whole world watches on. For 1 million minutes now. In Gaza, all paths lead to death. And our role, our responsibility, our legal and moral duty is to open one that leads to salvation. One that leads to salvation. Israel wants that path to be leaving Gaza. That was the whole plan from day one. In the words of Mahmoud Darwish, this siege will endure until we are truly persuaded into choosing a harmless slavery but in total freedom. They want to say, we chose to leave. We chose to be occupied. We chose to be oppressed. It is our fault. It's always our fault. That has been the narrative since the beginning. Didn't they say we were responsible for our own Nakba? That we left on our own, forgetting the massacres and the towns and villages destroyed? Let them leave, they say. This is Israel's solution for the Palestine question, a right to further and definitive exile rather than a right of return or a right to life and liberty in our ancestral homeland. Mr. President, humanitarian assistance like international law are expressions of our recognition of the value of human life, all human life, and of the inherent dignity of each and every person. States have rights, peoples have rights, human beings have rights. But Israel does not recognize our state. It does not recognize our people. It does not recognize us as equal human beings endowed with rights. They find it outrageous that anybody can dare be outraged by the fate they have reserved to our people. Mr. President, distribution of aid is distribution of life. It is about safeguarding life. We measure our success by impact, by the lives we save. We keep discussing trucks and how many meals were distributed, and we count calories while infants are dying of malnutrition, while civilians seek food, water, shelter at the peril of their lives, while the infrastructure of life is being dismantled altogether. Aid must be delivered at scale. Aid must be delivered to all. Aid must be delivered across all of Gaza. This is non-negotiable. This shouldn't be a point of contention or debate or discussion. Israel has obligations as an occupying power to do so. We support an immediate ceasefire and the mediation efforts of Egypt, Qatar, and the United States to secure such a ceasefire. But that is not a reason, nor an excuse, nor a pretext, in the meantime, to continue killing Palestinians or to continue denying them the aid they are entitled to. Every day, a death sentence is executed against somewhere between 90 and 130 Palestinians. Their crime, the real crime they are being executed for, is being Palestinian. How is that possible? You heard Israeli leaders say there are no innocent civilians in Gaza, speak of human animals, and they are treating our people as such. What if we had said these words? There are no innocents in Israel. They support the occupation, they support the genocide, they voted for the people killing us or occupying us or subjugating us. They cheered while we were killed. That is not acceptable as a reasoning. No civilian can be killed based on what a group or a government is doing. No civilian can be held responsible for that and be killed for that. All civilians are entitled to protection, regardless of nationality, faith, or race, to be protected from being killed, from being taken hostage or arbitrarily detained, from being subjected to inhumane and degrading treatment, to torture, to forcible displacement. These are basics. These are the foundations of our international law-based order, and we still need to speak again of them because they are not being upheld. This continuous incitement and dehumanization kills and makes the most horrific plans become mainstream in Israel, including the crazy and criminal idea to ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip. Every day, it's been 650 days, every day, 77 children are killed or maimed in Gaza. Every day, 61 children in Gaza lose a parent. Every day, 10 children lose one or both legs. Every single day. The biggest cohort of children killed and maimed, the biggest cohort of child amputees, the biggest cohort of orphans. How is that possible? Netanyahu summed it up. This is a struggle, he said, between the children of light and the children of darkness, end quote. Why should one care about the children of darkness? All children are God's creation. All children are God's children. Here they are, those Palestinian children whose light shines over the entire earth and who were subjected to darkness. Hind, who was stuck with her family in a car, and after all the adults had been killed, her cousin Layan, 15 years old, was begging the rescuers to come and save them until she was struck by multiple bullets by Israeli occupation forces. That's when the world discovered the voice of Hind, begging to be rescued. Finally, she was also killed, and the rescuers coming to help her were killed. Khalid and Reem, we did not discover them like this. They were inseparable. We discovered them only when Reem was killed. And as her grandfather, was holding his 3-year-old granddaughter, kissing her as if she was still alive, calling upon her, the soul of his soul, to stay with him. A few months later, Khalid also was killed. Yusuf, the 7-year-old, the youngest of his family, the boy with the curly hair, as he will become to be known for all Palestinians and for people around the world, also killed.